inspired by thirst, I'm inspired by worth. I desire your worst, so you can just hide while I work. I ain't tired, you first. I'll write a second, third verse about the lies you go disperse. You never did shit, I know it hurts. Something deep inside won't let me quit. I swear that I'm inspired by all this shit. Tell me that I can't and I won't. That's what guides me the most. Fuck your lies, I'll do what I want. The gas in the back of the bed, never knew she's so bad that she made the black. The gas in the back of the bed, never knew she's so bad that she made the black. The gas in the back of the bed, never knew she's so bad that she made the black. The gas in the back of the bed, never knew she's so bad that she made the black. And I don't really know what comes next. I'm just doing my best, even though I'm so stressed out. Everything just feels like a test that I fail, so depressed when I can't seem to get out. But something deep inside won't let me quit. I swear that I'm inspired by all this shit. Tell me that I can't and I won't. That's what guides me the most. Fuck your lies, I'll do what I want. The gas in the back of the bed, never knew she's so bad that she made the black. The gas in the back of the bed, never knew she's so bad that she made the black. The gas in the back of the bed, never knew she's so bad that she made the black. The gas in the back of the bed, never knew she's so bad that she made the black. I'm inspired by thirst, I'm inspired by worth. I desire your worst, so you can just hide while I work. I ain't tired, you first. I'll write a second, third verse about the lies you go disperse. You never did shit, I know it hurts. Something deep inside won't let me quit. I swear that I'm inspired by all this shit. Tell me that I can't and I won't. That's what guides me the most. Fuck your lies, I'll do what I want. The gas in the back of the bed, never knew she's so bad that she made the black. The gas in the back of the bed, never knew she's so bad that she made the black. The gas in the back of the bed, never knew she's so bad that she made the black. The gas in the back of the bed, never knew she's so bad that she made the black. And I don't really know what comes next. I'm just doing my best, even though I'm so stressed out. Everything just feels like a test that I fail, so depressed when I can't seem to get out. But something deep inside won't let me quit. I swear that I'm inspired by all this shit. Tell me that I can't and I won't. That's what guides me the most. Fuck your lies, I'll do what I want. The gas in the back of the bed, never knew she's so bad that she made the black. The gas in the back of the bed, never knew she's so bad that she made the black. The gas in the back of the bed, never knew she's so bad that she made the black. The gas in the back of the bed, never knew she's so bad that she made the black. I'm inspired by thirst, I'm inspired by worth. I desire your worst, so you can just hide while I work. I ain't tired, you first. I'll write a second, third verse about the lies you go disperse. You never did shit, I know it hurts. Something deep inside won't let me quit. I swear that I'm inspired by all this shit. Tell me that I can't and I won't. That's what guides me the most. Fuck your lies, I'll do what I want. The gas in the back of the bed, never knew she's so bad that she made the black. The gas in the back of the bed, never knew she's so bad that she made the black. The gas in the back of the bed, never knew she's so bad that she made the black.
Can you hear me now? Why does it have to be like this, right? Why does it have to mess up the minute I come back? Something's got to be messed up. Alright. Now that I'm sure you can hear me because I can see it on my screen. Oh, so I see all of you asking for ads, right? So if you're new, there's no list. If you're old, you know there's no list. I want to update on me and my life and why I haven't been here for a while. So let's see. On May 2nd, my son's appendix burst, and we spent like 2 weeks in the hospital. Right before then was when I like kind of became a little bit like nationally known as a psychic, because I helped find my friend's son and it kind of blew up all over the place. So since then I've been really, really super busy, like not a minute to myself kind of busy. And I already was like that because I have 5 kids, right? So yeah. Oh. So anyways, gotten some new decks. Just one, I think, but I think it's a knockoff again. I don't know how I feel about using them. I mean, I don't know. But we'll get to things. We'll get going here. But yeah, I just wanted to explain why I've been gone and why things have kind of stopped on my channel until now. I finally had like, I don't know, maybe an hour in my life where I can stop and sit and turn the cameras on and try to talk to you guys. So go ahead, ask your questions. I'll get to them in the order that they come. If I skipped you, I don't mean to skip you. Don't get mad about it. Don't harass me about it. I'll get to it, okay? Just say, hey, you missed my question. That's it. Don't be berating me or harassing me or anything else. Alright, so I see some familiar faces. As always, I appreciate every single one of you who come here to speak with me and get your readings done. I appreciate the shares and the likes and the comments and everything. They're always hugely, you know, appreciated by me. Alright, so we have some questions so far. Aw, thank you, Lynn. Lynn says, sorry to hear about your son had problems with his appendix. Hope he feels better soon, and congratulations on your fame. I don't know about fame, but yeah, after that I've had a lot of people reach out, and I'm trying my hardest to help all of them. It's draining, really draining. You know, it's hard to work with people who have loved ones missing, because you pick up that energy, and no matter how much I try to shield it, I still pick up a little bit of it, and it breaks my heart every time I'm working with somebody new. And, you know, if I have to tell them that I don't feel their loved one is still here and things like that, it's really hard. It's something I am definitely getting used to, but I already know that it's part of my calling. So for anybody who's new, we're going to do 1 card draws tonight. You ask your question, I'll pull 1 card. If you need clarification on that, or if you want 3 cards or more, there's information in the description below, at least there should be, about my PayPal, my Cash App, things like that. If you want to donate $10, you get 3 cards. $15, you get 3 cards, and my charms. If somebody does that, I'm going to have to grab my charms, but we'll get to that if we get to that. So, first question was... Let me scroll back up. Let me make sure this was the first question first. Yep. Mina, what are current feelings, thoughts of Fahad towards me? Thank you. All right. Oh, I'm also working on a new type of divination that's going to be That's going to be really cool. And it's coming soon, I promise. Most of my Kickstarter backers are the ones that are going to benefit from this, but you will all be able to see this on my channel. It's just something that I want to try to keep exclusive to them because of all the problems that we've had with the Kickstarter and after 2 years not getting the printed cards and things like that. So it'll be something you can see on my channel, and I'll decide later if I want to, market this and sell this. But for now, I want to keep it exclusive. But it's very, very cool. So Mina, to answer your question, we get the Six of Pentacles. So I feel like Fahad doesn't have romantic feelings towards you. Like, Pentacles are very straightforward. They're your material world. They're your money. They're your liveliness. They're more materialistic than relationship, right? So I don't feel like he has loving feelings towards you, although I feel like he feels you can help him in some way because we have the Six of Pentacles. So maybe it's not that he wants any sort of romance from you, but he needs your help in some way. Be careful with this because he may just be wanting to use you. He sees your kindness, he sees your givingness, he sees your love towards him, and he feels like he can bank on it. So be careful with that. So I hope that helps you out, Mina. Kimberly Sanchez, I'm wondering, when do you see me moving to California, in July or August? All right. For this one, this is a straightforward question. We're going to go to the tarot. We go to the playing cards. We'll do one card for July, one card for August. And simple. Get your yes or no answers. Here is July. And here is August. So July, August. Yep. July is better. They both say yes, right? But the Jack of Diamonds, from a financial standpoint, is going to be better for you. Maybe there's a job lined up already. Maybe there's a reason that you have to be there in July. I say July. July is better, but either month you could be, it's possible. But July is going to be better for you in the long run. And congrats on moving to California. That's so cool. I wish you well, and I hope you have fun, and I hope it's everything that you ever dreamed of, and I hope that it brings you to a point in your life where you feel like you're, everything that should be right now. You're success and you're happy. Happy is most important. And I feel like it'll be good for you. All right, so Poppy, what's A's current feelings towards me now? Oh, I've also been so stuffed up because of allergies. That's another reason I didn't want to come on, because my throat is just killing me because of all the drainage. All right, so Poppy. We on Poppy? Yep. A's current feelings towards you. We get the King of Cups reversed. So I feel like you're probably new. I don't think I've seen your name before. What I do is I don't read reverse. I don't read upright. What I do is feel the energy and take it as it is. The King of Cups is a very, very loving person. They are somebody who's very sure about their heart and the direction that they want to go in. They're very sure about who they love and who they want in their life and who they don't want in their life. They are the kind of person you truly want to love you, because they're going to give it their all. They're going to give it every single ounce of their being to make you happy. So this can also be somebody who is very afraid of their own emotions. And if A is not at the point in his life where they're ready to accept their own emotions and be who they're supposed to be, then this loving, kind, caring person that they can be isn't going to be there for you yet. So I feel like they have incredible intentions towards you, and they could definitely love you a whole lot. But give them time to find those emotions. Give them the time and the space that they need. Don't rush them. Don't push them, because it's going to push them away. Don't push away a good thing is what I'm getting with this. Don't push away a good thing. Don't rush them. Allow them to come into these feelings on their own. So, a lot of you are asking how I am. I'm good. Thank you so much for asking. Lynn C. What are Virgo's current thoughts of me? Oh, I think that's my husband. Wondering if I'm live. I was supposed to message him and tell him if I went live or not, and I forgot. Alright, so Lynn. Oh, so your Virgo doesn't want to waste any time. Right? The Chariot's all about action, moving forward to the end goal, charging towards success, right? It's also about the Charioteer, you know, has domination over the horses. So don't let it go to that point. Don't let it turn in that direction. It's about the duality, the black horse, the white horse. It's about the good and the bad, right? But don't let it go. Don't let it tip to the scales of the bad side. I feel like they have great intentions towards you. They want to move forward with you. They have incredible thoughts about what the future could be like with you, and they want to succeed and they want to have success with you. But I feel like maybe they're afraid to take the leap. Maybe they're afraid to move forward. Maybe you could nudge them a little bit, but just like the last reading, don't nudge them too hard or too fast because it'll bite you. Alright, so let me read this. Yeah. Alright, sorry about that. So, Lynn, I wish you luck with that. I feel like there's good thoughts, for sure. Just don't push. KL Martini, what's ahead for me in the near future? Great question. So, I don't like this. I don't like to pull the Five of Cups because I don't want to think of anybody facing grief. I don't want to think of anybody being pulled through something they don't want to emotionally be pulled through, right? But that's what the Five of Cups is. It's about facing the things that you don't think you can face, facing the things that you know are going to hurt. And I feel like this isn't about losing anything. It's not about a death. It's not about anything like that. I really feel like this is about facing the things that you have failed to face. It's about facing the things that you're afraid to face. And I think that upcoming for you is a time where you're going to have to really look into what you are grieving. Look into, you know, any losses that you've had, anything that you should grieve and you haven't grieved, right? So there's a lot of things that you need to look into. Don't forget that, you know, this card is all about focusing on the cups that are spilled and they're forgetting about the cups that are not spilled. Well, you have those other cups. Those other emotional cups are already filled. They're already there waiting to fulfill you. You just have to work through and clean up the things that are already spilled, the emotions that were already not taken care of. So I don't think this is a bad card for you. I think it's going to be work, a lot of emotional work that is going to bring a lot of tears. But with tears we get healing, right? Get it out. Cry it out. Get it out. Get everything down and out and embrace this. So what? So what if you spilled some milk, right? Embrace it. Move on. And I really feel like that's the period in your life that's coming up. There are things that you have pushed away and pushed away and pushed away and you haven't faced them yet. I feel like you know what they are. I feel like even some of it's not expected, but it's going to be what you need to heal and move on. So, a bit of a tough time coming up for you, but I have faith that you can face it, right? So you say you can relate, yeah. CC says, update on G feelings towards me. So, SD, no, there's no list. Go ahead and ask your question. I answer them in the order that they come. If I miss some, sorry. I've had 3 strokes. I don't... I get where I can when I can. So, CC, this is beautiful. Do you see that? This is the 9 of Cups. This is wishes and hopes and dreams coming true. So I feel like the energy you give them, the way you treat them, the way they feel towards you because of the way you treat them is a huge thing. It's emotionally fulfilling for them. They are happy. They want that more in their lives. This is wishes coming true. So I really feel like the energy you give them really uplifts them, really is what they need in their life. It's something they've been hoping and dreaming for. So don't stop. Don't stop being who you are, because it really helps them. Really. So Blossom, you say, hi, new subscriber. What good news is coming towards me soon? Thank you. So, Blossom, this is beautiful, right? So if you don't know anything about tarot, the Sun card is the happiest card on the deck. It brings joy and happiness and emotional fulfillment and just all of those good, warm, fuzzy feelings that you love to feel and you barely get to feel, but this is just like pouring in. This is beautiful. If I were to ask what's coming for me and have the Sun come out, I would be the happiest person in the world, just because I know how fulfilling this card is. I feel like you're coming to a point in your life where everything's just going to work out. Nothing's going to start standing in your way. Everything's just going to, you know, one right after another. Things are just going to go better and better and better for you. So, Blossom, this is beautiful. This is just incredibly amazing. I am so happy to be able to give that kind of news to you, because when I see the Sun card, it makes me happy, and I hope it makes you happy too. You're welcome, Cece. Oh, Kale Martini, you say, love to tummy for the wee boy. Yeah, hey, he's my oldest. He's 14. All the rest are girls. The other 4 are girls. So he's my only son. And, you know, it was scary for a while because he had such a bad infection. And then when they got in to do the emergency surgery, everything was like fused together. His bowels fused to his bladder, fused to the appendix, and everything was just like stuck together. So it was a really complicated surgery, and it scared the hell out of me. But he's better. He's good. He had a drain for a long time. He was home with the drain for like a week, and then finally they took it out, and he's on the mend. He's better. But yeah, thank you. You're welcome, Blossom. All right, Jaden, what's my Capricorn can feeling and thinking towards me now? You're an Aries with no communication. All right, Jaden, still no communication. Max Atlas, yep, of course you can get a reading. Just go ahead and ask your question. I'll get to it in the order that I can. Aw, Cece, you also say you hope my son feels better. Thank you so much. I'll tell him how everybody said they hope he feels better, so he'll appreciate it. Alright. Far too many to be a message. Alright. So the Ace of Wands is interesting because you have no communication. And so normally I'd say if this came up in a couple's reading, I would say they are incredibly hot for you. They're incredibly passionate for you. They are incredibly in love with you. And they just want to make sure that your lives together is amazing. You know, it's work, it's passion, it's dreams and hopes. But this in a reading where there's no communication, makes me want to say that it's time to focus on what your hopes and dreams are. It's time to focus on what you're passionate about, because I feel like maybe you're putting too much stake in how they feel about you and when they're going to call and when you're going to hear from them. And it's like life stopped because you haven't heard from them, and there's no communication, and you're not focusing on your hopes and dreams. You're not focusing on what you're passionate about because you're letting him consume you, right? So I think this is the universe stepping in, telling you it's time to stop that. It's time to move towards what your dreams are. Don't give up fully on him ever communicating with you, right? Don't give up on that. But it's time to put some space there. Focus on your hopes and dreams. And then, you know, if he communicates, then he communicates. But don't, like, push it. Don't sit there and fixate on it. It's time to focus on your dreams. All right, Jaden, I hope that helped you. All right, Lindsay, you say, life can be an unexpected whirlwind. So glad you found that, child. That's very interesting. I bet it's something else to be a psychic. I'm so intrigued. Yeah. So it wasn't the first time I've ever helped find somebody, right? But it was the first time that everything went kind of crazy public, right? Like, I live in a really, really small town, so it must have been like a slow news day, and they're like, whoa, cool, let's focus on this. And then, like, they did the news story, and every news station across the country picked up this story, and I was getting all these calls from all these people, and messages through my website, and things like that, and people even found me on Facebook, and I'm like, leave me alone a little bit, you know? But now, you know, I'm working through all of the people that sent me information, all the people that sent me pictures, and I kind of feel honored that broke open the way that it did, right? Because I was sitting behind the scenes, I was sitting there trying to figure out how I can help more people, right? And then it just kind of gets thrown in my lap, like the universe is like, okay, you want to help more people, and it rains down on me where I'm forced to help a lot more people. And I can't say no. I can't tell these people no. I'm going to try my hardest to help find these people. It's just, you know, I'm one person. And a lot of people contacted me. But yeah, it was amazing that happened, and it was meant to be. And I always believe in that. I never question things like that. I may wonder, like, okay, can I really do this? But I never question the fact that it was planned for me. I never question the fact that this is what I'm supposed to do. Even if it scares me, even if I don't think it's for me, I know it is. Alright. So Mina says thank you. Kimberly says thank you. Emily YQT. Hello. Is Kevin M an important person for my success? Should you stay in contact with him? Alright. So there's an interesting message right here, but there's also Alright, so I felt called to sort of answer yours a little bit different, right? So I ask questions with the regular playing cards. I read them sort of like tarot cards. I read them for yes or no questions. I use them a lot of different ways, but I get yes on both your questions. Yes, he's important to be in your life. Yes, you should stay in contact with him, right? But I also, when I set my tarot cards down, and I normally don't set them down upside down. I normally set them down where, you know, they're so I don't see the bottom card, right? But I set them down, and this is what was staring at me. So I really feel like, you know, the star, if you're not familiar, this is about wishes and dreams coming true. It's about the universe sort of blessing you and bringing down everything you've wanted. So this person, I really feel like, is important in your life. Yes, keep them in your life. Continue to contact them. Keep the lines of communication open, because somehow, some way, they're connected to making your dreams break open. They're connected to making your life a heck of a lot better. So don't lose that communication with them. Definitely keep the lines of communication open. Poppy says, thank you, you're welcome. Lynn says, thank you, you're welcome. Butterfly, hello. What's coming for love next month for me? Lynn, don't worry about Lynn says, best wishes, I'm bad at texting. You should see me. And I get paid to chat with people. And then my dyslexia takes over and I'm like, oh crap. And I tell them, sorry, I'm dyslexic. And they're like, haha, me too. You know, most people are okay with it. I've never, you know, gotten a reprimand about my text being incorrect. So it must mean I stay over like the 95% threshold that we're forced to stay at. I'm much better speaking than I am typing because the dyslexia, I swear I have like typing dyslexia. It has to be a thing because my fingers just hit the wrong keys at the wrong time. Even though I'm like tested at like super fast, I can get a ton of words per minute, but sometimes my accuracy is not 100%. Alright, so butterfly. Let's see, what's coming for love for you? A new beginning, that's what's coming. So that's beautiful, right? The Fool is about new beginnings. This is about taking a leap. It's about not throwing caution to the wind and just going after what you want. So this is a great new beginning for you. This is a new beginning. Not even necessarily in your love life, but you're asking about love. But I feel like it's bigger than that. I feel like it's more than love. It's more than just finding the partner that you need. It's more about being emotionally fulfilled in every aspect of your life. I think there's more than just the new love coming in. Whoever's coming into your life is going to bring more than just emotional satisfaction, emotional connection. They're going to bring more, and it's going to be incredible. So definitely a new beginning for you. Jaden, you're welcome. Excuse me. Alright, so SD, may I please know my XK Taurus current energy towards me? You're no contact for a month. Thank you so much. Wow, there's a lot of X-Tauruses. Because there's another one down farther in the chat. Alright, so you're welcome, Butterfly. SD, I feel like they're an X for a reason, right? So the Wheel of Fortune coming out reversed. Like I said, I don't read reversals necessarily, but this one I'm going to read as the wheel is turning for a reason. The wheel is turning forward, propelling you forward, away from your ex, because you don't need them. I feel like it's an energetic thing. Like, you have done the test of time. You've done all the lessons that you need to do it, and you're excelling in your life. You're ascending to the next level, right? Well, they're still back here. They're still down here, and you've ascended way far away from them. And it's not, no matter how much you try to help them, no matter how much you try to, match their energy again, it's just not going to happen. So the wheel is turning, propelling you forward away from this ex. So I don't feel like, no matter what their energy is towards you, no matter what their feelings are towards you, you're never going to be energetically matched again. You are far above and beyond where they are. And even though it probably hurts to hear that, you will understand in time that this is the best for you, because something big is going to happen. You're going to have a reward for that ascension, for doing everything you needed to do to, put that much space between the energy match. You're going to get a reward, and it will be something that just makes sense. It will help heal what doesn't feel very good right now, and you deserve it. So don't dwell on the fact that they're no longer an energetic match for you. So SD, I hope that, you know, that answers your questions. You've already excelled past them. If there's no contact, there's no contact. I wouldn't dwell on it. Max, you say, how does my soulmate look like? So, you're welcome, SD. Alright, Max. Just understand that you don't have to ask more than once. This is the first time I've seen you here, so I'm going to tell you, just ask one question. I will get to you. As far as what they look like, if I get a people card, we'll see what happens. But if not, then I don't know. And I got a people card, so you're in luck. So I feel like they're a fire sign. They're very charismatic is what I'm picking up. They're very sure of themselves. I feel like they probably have dark hair, possibly some red tones in it, just because I feel that fiery energy with them. I see green eyes, possibly hazel, and I see freckles. So the red hair makes some sense. That's what I'm seeing. But I would definitely keep an eye out for fire signs or somebody who's incredibly confident, very sure of themselves, and they have like that spunky go-getter attitude. All right, Betty says, my granddaughter is 5 and is saying aliens are taking her up to their ship in a white beam. Could you help? All right, so let's just see if what she's saying is truth. Because I don't know about all of you, but I feel like I'd be incredibly closed-minded if I thought I was the only intelligent kind of race in this entire vast universe upon universe upon universe. You know, there's so much out there that we don't know and haven't seen. I don't think it's possible that we're the only, you know, the human race is the only intelligent life out there. So I think it's possible that she could be telling the truth, or it's possible that she saw a movie or a cartoon or something that's influencing her. But let's see. I'll just ask, plain and simple, if she's telling the truth. I get a yes. So do with that what you will. I feel like she's telling the truth, or at least she believes it so much to be true that she feels like she's telling the truth. But a king is a big fat yes. There's no denying this yes. So matched energy. May you know how your ex-Taurus is feeling about you. You're welcome, Max. And Laura, I see that you asked again, but please just give me time to get through the readings. If you see that I'm working above you, please just, you know, kind of respect that. But I hope the reading that I gave you was enough to help you. Matched energy. There's a King of Wands again, but I'm going to take this as they feel maybe you are a bit unstable, that you are maybe not even unstable, that you don't go, you're not striving for what you're passionate about. Maybe you're afraid to take the leap. Maybe you're afraid to go ahead with life and they don't see that you're passionate about things, and maybe that's why they lack feelings for you, because they see that you're not passionate. They see that you're afraid to take risks, and they just don't want that kind of energy in their life, because maybe they do take risks and they strive for what they're passionate about, and they wish that for you. They want that for you. They hope that you get that, but they're not, you know, there's no energy match there. All right. And matched energy, okay. Shanshal. Current feelings of Ujwal for you. You're welcome, Betty. All right, so we have the Eight of Wands. The Eight of Wands is definitely about movement. It's about quick movement. It's about gone, cut and dry, right? So it's like when you ask their feelings for you, I kind of get the feeling that they are moving on. They've moved on. They've moved past you. They feel like maybe you drag them down because they're all about go, 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 right? Because the Eight of Wands is quick movement. It's quick action. It's not staying there and waiting for somebody to catch up. So I feel like maybe they feel like you would drag them down, unfortunately. That there's no movement there with you because they are too busy moving past. All right, yellow. I am doing great. Thank you so much. I hope you are as well. Only Ravid. Has Guy ever had romantic feelings for me? Is he afraid to come out? Alright. Alright, I'm sorry, Cindo Mandel. You are now banned from the channel and muted. I don't tolerate spamming. So, good night. Alright, so back to where I was. I'm sorry, guys. Alright, only Revit. Alright, so for sure, I feel like he's afraid to come out. I feel like you inspire him to come out, but he's still afraid. Like, he's still stuck. Like, he wants to, desperately wants to come out, but he can't. Not ready. Not ready at all. Give it some time. They will come out. They're just not ready yet. They're still afraid of what everybody else is going to say. They're still stuck on what everybody else says. They don't understand that they don't have to care. Who cares what everybody else says, right? They're not at that point yet. Maybe encourage them. Say, who cares? Whatever. Encourage them to be more like that. Encourage them to understand that they don't have to worry about what other people think. Doesn't matter. They will. Not yet. SNS. You say, how does your Aries boy feel about you? And that's funny. Aries girl comes in and I'm asking about an Aries boy. Only reviewed. Right. Exactly. Maybe, like I said, encourage them to be more confident in themselves. Encourage them to understand that it doesn't make a difference what anybody else in the world thinks. As long as you love yourself, who cares? And now I got cards flying everywhere. Alright, so SNS. So I feel like they want movement. Maybe they're afraid to make the moves, but they want movement there. They want things to progress. They want things to excel. They want, movement. Because the Chariot's about movement. It's about charging ahead towards the things that you want, towards success. It's about commanding your life. It's about commanding things to work in your favor. So they want movement. And I feel maybe they're just a little too afraid to make the first move. So I feel like they're waiting for you to make the first move. All right. So, Aries girl. Hello, Emmanuel. Thank you for joining me. I will get to your questions. I haven't forgotten them. Alright, so Aries girl, what's coming next in your love life? Alright, so I'm going to reshuffle, leave that card out, because I had a lot of chariots in love life questions. Clear the cards. And I'm going to pull one more card for you. So, I feel like this is pretty powerful. Like, the High Priestess, remember, I literally just talked about the Chariot. So, try to keep that in mind. The High Priestess is about knowing yourself. Knowing who you are on the inside, trusting yourself, trusting your intuition, trusting your gut when it comes to how your life is going to come out, right? So both of these incredibly powerful cards, when you ask about your love life, shows me that you know what you want and you're going to charge ahead towards it. You know what's coming towards you. You know what you're going to allow. You know what you're not going to allow. And you're never going to settle for less than what you know is yours, right? So this is great. I see you charging ahead. I see you not taking any bull crap from anybody. And it's just, it's beautiful. It's a beautiful thing when you can decide what you want and go after it. And I feel like you really, really know what you want. Don't settle. That's all I'm saying. Your love life looks amazing. Don't let anybody try to take you down. All right, so mind your own. You say, hi, may I ask if McShawn, sorry, I murder names most of the time, will take you seriously. Thank you so much. All right. All right, Yellow, I only do one free reading per person. If you'd like me to do a general reading for you as well, you can go ahead and donate. That would be great. If not, you'll have to wait until you catch me live again. But since you're new, it's been probably over a month since I've been live. I am going to wholeheartedly try not to make it a month again before I'm live. But to each their own. If you want to wait, go ahead and wait. If not, go ahead and donate. All right. Did I? Awesome. I'm so glad to know that. So unfortunately, though, I don't think they are ever going to take you seriously. But I think that's to your advantage, because this is a card of swift movement. Just like the Eight of Wands was, this is a card of moving away from the bull, right? You're moving away from all the stuff that's going to tear you down, because you're not going to put up with it anymore. And you're skyrocketing towards what you want. So I don't think this person is ever going to take you seriously, but it's to your benefit. It's not something to worry about. It's not something to take to heart. Take the lessons. Understand they're never going to take you serious as a person. I don't know what the issue is there, but prove to them that they're wrong, because that's what this card is saying. This card is saying that you're going to skyrocket yourself forward, and you're going to prove to them that they're wrong in the way that they feel about you. All right. So, Emmanuel, I have to open my phone because I don't remember your questions quite clearly. I know it had to do with work. So let me find the message before my phone dies. Oh, and that's my toddler running across the hall. Luna, I'm in here. You're going to see her in about 2 seconds. You can come in. Yes, you can. Try again. All right. So, I got your questions. Let's get some cards for you. Give me just a minute so I can get her back in bed. I'll be right back. Alright, sorry about that. She needed a hug and kiss, and she couldn't get the door open. Alright, so Emmanuel, back to your questions. So I think you're probably putting too much on your own shoulders. You're taking too much. You're letting your mind run away with you, right? So you have all these thoughts like worry, worry, worry. What do they think? What do they do? Am I even good here, right? You are. It's just your own thoughts, your own crap in your own head, not trusting the fact that you know how to do your job. You know how to do this. You know how to do that. You know that you're a rock star, but you just won't accept it. They appreciate you there. I don't think you have anything to worry about. Like, the anxiety, stress, none of that. See these swords cards? They're backwards. It means you are creating this for yourself. You are creating in your own head possible problems, things that you're worried about. You really shouldn't be worried about. They value you. You're doing a good job. Keep up the good work. Alright. So Emmanuel, he paid for that reading beforehand, so that's why he got so many more cards. Alright. Alright, Betty, yep, there is for sure. My website is listed down below. I'll also pin it to the comments. And your daughter can contact me there, so that, you know, they can get a full reading with me. If it has to do with her daughter and the things that may be happening, there's a different way I would typically do that reading. I'd either need video of the inside of their house, like her bedroom, pictures of her bedroom. I need to know the layout of where they lived to see if I can pick up any of that kind of energy there. And then just a picture of her daughter if she's comfortable showing that. If not, it's totally fine as well. You're welcome, Betty. Mind your own, you say, wow, it's funny because that is exactly how I handle situations in which someone doesn't take me seriously. Thanks, you're welcome. It's like earlier, I do like the 1-800-psychic kind of things in my spare time, right? It's my day job, other than like my actual clients I get through my website and things like that. And I had a client earlier who asked me to guess what she did, and I kept getting therapist, counselor in my head, and I didn't trust it. And I'm like telling her, I feel like you work with young people and you help them a whole lot, and kind of like a counselor. And she's like, yeah, you're right, I'm a therapist. She's like, trust yourself. I'm like, okay, I trust myself. So yes, even a psychic with like, what, 40 years experience, 30 years experience with the tarot, sometimes we old ones tend to, you know, not trust ourselves as much as we should. Alright, thumbs up from Emmanuel. I'll take that. Alright, so Adriana, may I please ask how Jacob feels about me after our last conversation? Alright. Alright, I almost thought it was the chariot again. So I feel like maybe they want some sort of new beginning with you, but they're scared. They're afraid it won't ever get off the ground, afraid it won't ever work out the way that, you know, they feel that you hope it's going to work out, and they want it to work out. They're afraid to start right? They're afraid to have this new beginning. Maybe they've been burned really bad and they're just afraid for that reason. But I also feel like maybe they worry they're not going to make you happy in this situation. They worry that they're not good enough, right? Is what I'm picking up. They want a new beginning. They want things to be good. They want things to start out grand and great and beautiful. They're just afraid. So I feel like, whatever the conversation was about, whether it was good or bad or hashing things out and getting things out and working on things, I feel like there's a new beginning that's possible there. They want a new beginning. You want a new beginning. And that could even be, the message that I get right now is maybe the new beginnings are separate. But I feel like you both hope that the new beginning is together. It's just I feel like there's a lot of work to get that to work. A lot of healing that needs to be done, especially on their part, is what I'm picking up because, like I said, I feel like they've just been burned and they're afraid to take the extra step or the next step. So I do see that we have gotten to the end of the questions. I'm going to give it a couple minutes to see if anybody else pops in because there's always like 10 other people that pop in right when I am about to say goodbye. So I'm going to take this minute to reply to my husband. And see if anybody else drops in with a question. See? Alright, so Firefly, you drop in. Hi, Kat. Why doesn't A intend to let me go? If I think he doesn't really love me. Alright, so if he doesn't really love you, why isn't he letting you go is the gist of these things. But it's just because you think he doesn't love you. Alright. So let's get you a card, Firefly. And see what A's intentions are towards you and what's going on. So they're very, very unsure of themselves right now. The King of Pentacles is normally a person who's very confident in who they are. They know their business. They know their stuff. They're right about pretty much anything that they tell you. They're very business-minded. They're very scholarly. They're very grounded and down to earth. And I feel like A is very like shit just hit the fan and his life is falling apart. And maybe it's not even that they fell out of love with you, right? Maybe he really does love you. Maybe it's just that everything else fell apart, right? I feel like if you get the feeling that they still love you, then it's probably true. It's probably, your gut's never going to lie to you. Trust your gut. But also, give them time. Maybe try to encourage them in other directions. Like, encourage them in their regular life instead of just in their personal romantic life. Encourage, even if it's from a distance, I feel like maybe there's separation there and you can't, encourage them face to face. But even if it's from a distance, you encourage them through a friend of a friend of a friend, you're still encouraging them. You're still helping them better the things in their life that kind of fell apart so that they can realize and come back to the space in their life where they did love you and they still do love you, and they'll come to that realization. Right. He wasn't good at expressing his feelings. And that's probably what I'm feeling right now. Like, everything kind of blew up because he couldn't do that. And he really needs to sit with those feelings. He needs to feel those feelings. He needs to live in his emotions and understand them. And he needs to be okay with them. And then he'll see that what he was feeling, what he felt for you, the love he felt for you, that was real. He probably feels like, oh, that wasn't real love. That's not what it's supposed to feel like. I'm not supposed to feel like shit half the time. Well, guess what? When you're really truly in love, you feel like shit sometimes because you really love that person, and then you worry that you're not good enough and you're not the best thing that could ever happen to them, and you want so much good for them that you pull yourself away. And I feel like that's probably what he did. His life came crashing down. He's completely unsure of his emotions. You say he won't talk about his emotions, so that's what it is. He needs to live those emotions. He needs to really truly feel them and embrace them, and then that love is going to come back. He's going to be able to feel grounded, and he's going to be able to feel like he's in control of his own life. Alright, Emmanuel, I kind of answered that. I don't think anybody has bad intentions towards you. I don't feel like there's anything bad there. I feel like if you feel that, you're kind of maybe creating that for yourself. Like, you worry so much. You're a people pleaser. You like to make sure everybody else is happy before you're happy yourself, and that's what drives you to a point of thinking, oh my God, am I doing the right thing? Well, that's why you worry that, others don't appreciate your work. They do. They appreciate you there. They like you there. They want you to be there, and they don't have any ill intentions towards you. Okay, Emmanuel? Alright. So, Firefly, you say, that's true. I found he didn't place importance on acknowledging his emotions. Alright. I'm glad that it resonated. You're welcome. Alright, so AYH, hi, may I ask a question if you have time? Yep, of course I have time. Betty, you say, I'm very wise for my age. Thank you so much. Alright, so you say, if you get to it, may I ask what I need to focus on to get progress in your life? Alright. So what do you need to focus on? What's AYH's focus? You're welcome, Emmanuel. Alright, so a whole bunch of cards came out. I'll take the one that was on top into consideration, but let's get you a different card. Alright. So the card that flipped up was the Ace of Swords. I'm going to pair that with the Chariot and read both cards to you, even though both cards aren't out there. So the Ace of Swords is about a brilliant new idea. It's about your own business. It's about being your own boss. It's about this great idea that excels you in your life, and it's sometimes, like, if you don't trust it, you get like this clouded, there's no mental clarity there. There's no trusting yourself. There's worrying about these things. But I feel like with the Chariot here, just because the Chariot came out reversed, you're stumbling. You're not trusting this brilliant new idea. I feel like you have this great idea in mind. Maybe you want to be your own boss. Maybe you just don't trust it, right? It's time to trust yourself. It's time to trust the idea. It's time to trust your gut and understand that the idea that you have in your brain, it's a good one. It's a really, really good one. And as long as you take the reins and charge for it, it's going to be a success. Stop holding yourself back, because I really feel like you're holding yourself back because you don't trust it. You feel like you're just being clouded, or you feel like maybe it's outside influences and you're being influenced in some way. You're not. You need to understand that you have the mental clarity there. That idea is a really, really good one. Take the reins, take charge of your life, and shoot ahead towards success. And why you say Spirit is saying all of it. Yeah, kind of they were. A little bit. But yeah, they wanted every freaking card in the deck to come out for you. So Blissful Breeze. Can I know about the new love coming into your life? All right. Okay. This happens like a whole lot. All my regular subscribers will know that when I start getting an answer for the same type of question over and over and over. Every love question we've had tonight, the answer has been the Chariot. So I feel like all of us need to take that and run with that. You need to bring this, you need to take charge of your life, your love life, your financial life, your material life, your life in general. Take charge of it. Don't settle for less. Know what you're worth and just excel towards it. So I'm going to pull you a different card, Blissful Breeze, but just because every love question we've had today has come up with the Chariot, I feel like we all need to take that advice, take that into consideration. All right, so AYH, you do say you do want to be your own boss. You're in your head about so many things and projects at the moment. You're welcome. Yeah, I feel like you're about to get that mental clarity that you need. Just trust your gut. When it tells you to jump, jump. That's literally what they're yelling at me right now. That once your gut says to jump, you need to jump. All right, so thank you, Betty. All right, so back to Blissful Breeze. We also get the Nine of Wands for you. So the Nine of Wands is about that resting period, knowing that you have done the best that you can, knowing that you've done everything you can to stand up for yourself, to stand up for what you believe in, to know your worth and know what you deserve. And it's sort of the resting period before you can put like the burdens away. It's the time that you need to take to heal. It's the time that you need to take to pause and really truly look at who you are on the inside. So I feel like coming up in love for you is more about self-love than outside sources loving you. Once you find that self-love, once you find who you are on the inside and what you truly deserve, that's when real love will come in, and it will come charging in like this Chariot. That fast movement, it'll come charging in. But focus on self-love. Focus on working on yourself. Focus on, just take a fucking bubble bath. Have a glass of wine. Love who you are. And don't settle for anything less than what you know you deserve. And that's when love, outside love, will come in. Once the inside love is there and it's bandaged up and it's repaired and you're confident in your own skin, love will come charging in. All right, so Betty, this is an amazing comment, and I truly appreciate it. Betty says, you should do more lives, because once people see how good you are, the numbers are going to jump. I had a very successful tarot channel about 10, 11 years ago. And then a lot of stuff happened. My little brother was diagnosed with cancer. My aunt was diagnosed with cancer. My little brother passed away. So I just kind of said goodbye. And, I truly appreciate your kind words. I really do. And I always tell people, at least one person makes me cry during every live. But I try not to. And I really appreciate your words. And I do hope for that, and I hope that, business will skyrocket and I'll get tons of clients, but it's not even about that. It's about the community. It's about being able to help. It's about the love that I can put out there, the answers I can give. It's about the smiles I can put on people's faces. And yeah, so if some live streams do that for me and I can do that for more people, great. Blissful Breeze, you're welcome. All right, so Heat Journey, you ask, can I ask what are JV's feelings for me? And just to go back to what Betty had said, like it, share, subscribe. Sharing really helps, because if you feel like somebody else could benefit from any of the messages I've said tonight, if they could benefit from a free reading from me, if they could benefit from anything at all that I do, share it with them. And even if they don't come, so what? You shared it, you thought they would like it, and that's all I care about, you know? Hopefully they come, but if not, they're not ready yet, and that's okay. Thank you, Betty. All right, so this is beautiful. Heat journey. I feel like the universe is literally trying to tell you, who cares? Doesn't matter, because that wheel's still turning. Your hopes and dreams and wishes are going to come true. It doesn't matter what they think. Stop placing value on what they think. Yes, they might think you're incredible. Yes, they might think you're the worst person in the world. Incredible, worst. It doesn't matter what they think. It doesn't matter what anybody thinks. The wheel's always going to turn, no matter what anybody thinks. Your wishes and hopes and dreams are always going to go out there. You're always going to hope for the best for yourself. You're always going to want and dream for what you want, what you feel like is going to make you feel the happiest, because we all deserve to be happy. So I feel like, just on a side note, I feel like JV does have good intentions towards you. They do have good feelings towards you, and it will end up making your dreams come true. But I'm also getting the message of, so what? The wheel still is going to turn. Even if they don't like you, the wheel is still turning. Something good is always going to happen. Continue to put good out there, and good comes back. So that was the message I got with that, was, so what? It doesn't matter. But on a side note, I feel like they do have good intentions towards you. I feel like they have more friendly than romantic, just to be honest, is what I'm feeling. But so what? Alright, so heat journey, that was for you. Blissful, you say thank you, you're welcome. Betty says she's gonna throw my name out everywhere. Thank you so much. AY says, sorry, may he rest in peace. He does. If you go back, watch any of my videos, I've had 3 strokes. I worked through them. I've had to reteach myself a whole lot of stuff. After my 2nd stroke, I was dead for 13 and a half minutes. While I was gone, I was with my brother. It felt like years. It felt like everything that I needed to heal, right? It was just incredibly amazing. And people ask me, you know, what's it like on the other side? Because I've had more than one near-death experience. I have a really bad heart. So they always ask me, what's it like on the other side? I can't describe it. I feel like it's probably different for everybody, but nobody's going to remember exactly what it was like. All I know is that when I woke up, I was pissed. I was so mad that I was back, right? Because I was so blissful. I was so at peace. I was with my brother. The last thing he said to me was like, okay, sis, it's time to go. And I was like, what? And then they were breaking my ribs, waking me up. And I was mad. I was so mad. And then the realization hit me that I have 5 kids and I have a second chance to be here for them. And that's when I started bawling, and it was just so intense. I can't even explain how intense that was. So he does rest in peace, and I know he rests in peace, and I'm lucky enough to be a medium. And, you know, he's literally sitting over in the corner laughing at me, trying to, you know, mess me up, because that's what he would do. He'd pick on me, and he would try to get me to mess up in life. Not big time, but, you know, like brothers do. So, yeah. He's sitting in the corner fucking with me right now. Anyways. Whew. Alright, so we are at Mary. Hello, what impression did Aries have for me for why he approached me the way he did? Ooh. Let's see, Mary. What is this Aries thinking? Okay, so I get this feeling like they feel like they can really change your life. Like they have a lot to teach you, and they feel like you're ready to learn. Like, I don't know if this is like a relationship that's just started out and everything's hot and heavy, but that's the feeling I'm getting from this. Like it's he can teach you all these things that you never thought were possible. This is what I'm picking up from this. So they're ready to teach you. They're they know you're eager to learn. They know that's why they approached you the way they did, because they kind of wanted you to, they wanted to give you like this kickstart, this jump, like, so that you would have passion for life again, and they wanted to wake that up in you, right? So I feel like there's an incredible amount of intensity with this person, with the way they feel about you, and they know that they can help you. They know that they can excel you further in your life, and they have so much to teach you, and they can't wait to do it. Mary, you say yeah. So yeah, that's definitely what I feel from this is yeah, I just get like the 50 Shades of Grey thing going on in my head. And have at her, good for you. I hope you enjoy. Alright. Hillary Banks. Hi, I'm new here. May I ask a question, please? Thank you. Yes, of course, Hillary. Go ahead, ask your questions. Yellow, don't be sorry. I like to let you know how things work here. Once you've asked your question and I've answered it during the stream, that's, you know, that's all you're gonna get. I sometimes I'm called to do more. Sometimes I really am. But my guides have really been on my ass lately about being so generous, which you think they'd want you to be incredibly generous, and that's the kind of person I am. But they also know that I will let people walk all over me, and they don't want that for me. So I have to stand my ground, and I have to tell people all these things just so that things work the way that they do, so nobody feels left out or anything like that. You're welcome, Mary. Yep, AYH. So you asked the same question as Yellow. Glad I could answer your question. But you do say you've always been afraid of death, like panic attacks for most of your day. Hearing personal experiences like yours are really helpful. You're welcome. See, for a very long time I feared death too, because I thought, what's going to happen to everybody else? I'm the person that holds everything together. I'm the person that makes my family work, you know? Everybody has their place in the family, and I'm the one that keeps them there. So for a long time I had severe panic attacks about dying and what would happen, and all the what ifs of if they would be taken care of, and you know, things like that. But I know that even if I'm on the other side, I can still influence things on this side. I can still make sure that, you know, my son goes to college, and my daughters do everything that they're supposed to do, you know. So it kind of relieved some of that anxiety for me. You know, I'm not gonna lie, for a very long time it kind of consumed me. I had severe anxiety, PTSD, severe anxiety, and I'm also ADHD, so it amps up the anxiety, right? So that fear was a huge fear of mine, so I completely understand how you feel, and I'm really glad that what I, you know, experienced and shared with you helped you to be, you know, less anxious about things. Hello, E-Man, how are you? Aw, hugs back at you, Betty. Thank you so much. Alright, so E-Man says, when do you see Babco offering me a job? Let's look at that. I feel like they're going to have like a dual interview kind of thing, like more than one interview. Like you interview and then they're going to call back people and then you interview again. It's going to be a tough hiring process, and maybe you're in the middle of that right now. Alright, so I get a 3. I'm leaning more towards 3 weeks than 3 months, but it could be as much as 3 months out. But I do feel like they are. This is also a yes. So I feel like they will offer you a position, which is probably not as quickly as you had hoped. But like I said, I'm leaning closer to 3 weeks than 3 months. Oh, and I also totally forgot right at the beginning of the stream to apologize for my lighting, because my ceiling light is out and I've changed the bulb. I've done everything I possibly could besides, you know, have the landlord actually come over, like kind of force them to come over. I miss being a homeowner. I really, truly miss being a homeowner. But yeah, so that's why I have horrible lighting tonight. But let's see. I'll give it a few minutes since we are all caught up again. I've also been really called lately to bring this channel to be more than just, you know, the psychic side of things, to add more of the witchy side of things, which when I started this journey on this new channel, I wanted it to be more of the witchiness side of things, because my last channel was strictly psychic and I never, you know, even brought out the fact that I'm 3rd plus generation witch, probably 4, 5, maybe even 6 generations. I haven't done all the math or anything, but there's a lot of family history in the, you know, in witchcraft, and I need to do more of that on this channel. So I'm being called again. They're really kicking me in the butt about this, because I keep saying this, that I'll have more of it, and then I just can't get the videos done. Yeah, I was born, AYH asked if I was born with medium abilities. I was. That, along with the witchcraft, is like a generational thing. My dad had it, has it. My grandpa had it. You know, it went back. But none of them to the extent that I have. Like, I've developed my gifts. I've taken the time to study and work on them. They just, you know, have like this hyper intuition where they just know things, and never took it any farther than that. And my kids all have gifts. They all have different gifts, and I've helped them work through them, and I'm helping them develop them so that they kind of have a leg up on things. They're not like lost in the dark. Unfortunately, my oldest daughter sort of has taken things to a bit of a darker place, because she's 11. She doesn't quite understand everything. She sees a lot of shadow figures, and they influence her quite a bit. And it didn't matter how much I tried to protect her. She allowed them to come in. She encouraged them to come in, and it took her to a really dark place. So there's advantages and disadvantages to having gifts. And, you know, I'll be able to help her when she grows up, I think. But for now, she's where she needs to be to get the help that she needs to get. So yeah, Betty, you say you have a hard time around other people. You pick up on their feelings. It affects you a lot. Yeah, for a long time, I didn't know how to shield myself. I didn't know how to shut other people's feelings out, and I'd be consumed by them. And like by the end of the day, I'd be a crying, sobbing mess, and I didn't even know why. And it takes a lot to work through other people's shit along with your own. So you learn to shield yourself. Literally in the morning, imagine yourself in a big huge bubble that nobody can get into, and it'll help a lot. Alright, so back to KT. Is a Cancer starting to notice I recognize her true nature? Alright. No, but I think for your own sake, it's very, very good that you're noticing this. They don't know that you know, but I feel like it's like they're the kind of maybe narcissistic. They twist things, and it's good for you. It's very good that you see this, because you're not going to be fooled by it. Hello, Ashley. Thank you for subscribing. Yep, there is no list. Just go ahead and ask your question. Milton Knowles, the Insane Witch King. What's up, people? Is it not a nice day to drink beer and watch stuff? Heck yes, it's a nice day. I wish I had some beer, but I'll cheers with my water. It looks as though we may have to deal with that, but Sunny Truth, I hope you're doing well as well. I am. You like this deprived? Yep, there's no list. Just go ahead and ask your question. Yeah, KT, I definitely see an ego there as well. That's what I was trying to get at. Like I said, it's good that you see it. Don't let it... Now that you see it, you're not going to let it, but don't slip and maybe let her fool you in some way. Alright. So, Ashley, you say... Well, first you ask if I'm born psychic or does it take practice? Both. My gift comes through my family. Everybody has the gift. I literally was just explaining this right as you came in. And, right, KT answered as well. They say everyone is psychic naturally, but not all people know how to use their gift exactly. Practice, looking into things, reading, whatever kind of clicks with you. Like, you can read a book about being psychic and nothing makes sense to you, but you read a book about being an empath and you're like, yeah, all of this makes sense. You know, read different things, study different things, learn about the different clairs, like clairaudience, clairvoyance, you know, all of the different clairs. They all make sense to me. Clairaudience and clairvoyance are my top two that work for me, but every single one I've developed at least a little bit of. So, to answer your question, yes, I am born psychic and it takes work. It's going to take work for everybody to use their gifts. But, let's see. I think you do have gifts. I think they're more on the emotional side of things, where you pick up a lot of emotions from other people. Work on shielding, work on grounding, make sure you don't absorb other people's negativity. I feel like you have sort of the gift to... I feel like people come to you quite a bit. They come to you just to see what your thoughts are on things, what your perspective is. They always want to bring things to you. They use you as a shoulder quite often. I feel like you're probably, you know, not only an empath, but more than that. Like, you really... You really feel all of these emotions. Like, it's not just, oh, I can tell this person's sad, or I can tell... No, you really feel everything. So, allow that to help you spread love. And, yeah. Yeah, don't worry about what your mom says. Practice. Go ahead and practice. Like, allow your gifts to expand. And, you know, some of them has shocked the heck out of me. It's like, oh, I didn't know I could do that. So allow those things to, you know, open up. Allow it. Don't let anybody stifle your gifts, ever. That's the problem with a lot of psychics. Even people who, you know, like we say, everybody's born with a little bit of gift. Well, when you tell your kid, no, you don't have an imaginary friend, or you tell your kid, oh, that's nonsense, that's what closes the gifts off. That's what makes us think, oh, that's not real. We can't possibly do that. That's not possible. That's when, you know, the imagination gets crushed. And that's when the hopes and dreams and everything get crushed. And we don't believe anymore. And then the gifts sort of go dormant. Encourage them. You know, be the person that encourages your kid. Yeah, what did your imaginary friend say? You know, things like that. Encourage them to use their gifts, and it'll be a whole lot easier for them. I don't, you know, I see a lot of people stifle their children's gifts, and it upsets me, but I'm not going to step in and say, hey, this is a gift. You should encourage it. If they're not comfortable with it, they're not comfortable with it. Eventually, that child will find their way down the path that they need to find so that they can open those gifts up. Milton, yeah, you have a good night, KT. Thank you for coming. You have a good point there. Milton, the Insane Witch King. If you practice with these gifts, you'll get really good at them. If you just let them die a piece of you, there's a lot of superstitions around them. Some have a pinch of truth, but most are nonsense. Yeah. If you practice, your gifts will grow. If you let them like die out, then you're never going to be able to use them to their full potential. So just practice. Don't worry about what other people say. Yeah, that's the main takeaway from this. All right, so Heat Journey, back to your question. You say, I just wanted clarification when you say it doesn't matter. Is that bad, like he's not going to be there anyway? No. It doesn't matter. Explain to him that it doesn't matter what the outside influences are. Allow him to, because like I said, the feelings are there. He wants this. He's just afraid of what everybody else will think. So you have to encourage that. Encourage the thoughts of, who cares? It doesn't matter what anybody else thinks. Allow those feelings to happen no matter what. Those feelings are there. They're definitely there. Don't question that. Just help them understand that it's okay. Doesn't matter. That's what I meant by that. Alright, golden moment after KT. Let's see if I can find you. Alright, so will a romantic opportunity present itself to you on Thursday? Very specific. No. But I feel like even though it's not a romantic opportunity, it's an opportunity towards stability. So if there's romance involved here, it could be that this stability turns into romance. Do you understand what I mean? So I don't feel like Thursday is going to be romantic, but there's definitely, this is a card of stability. This card right here tells me that there's stability there. Something's going to happen to create stability in your life. So Thursday's not a total wash. It's just not romantic. Thank you for not hounding me with your questions, for just reminding me that I missed it. I appreciate that. Sometimes the chat scrolls and then I miss where I was. Milton, even a drunk master has to know one thing. That's funny. You're welcome, golden moment. Alright, guys, it is midnight. So, Tassiana, there we go, Tassiana. Last question, for sure, absolutely, last question, then I'm saying goodnight. Alright, you say how Anderson is feeling about you. And the only reason I took that question is because Anderson jumped out at me. So, I feel like they are caught up in their own feelings. They're caught up in their own shit. They're caught up in their own drama. And they can't focus on you or how they even feel about you. Maybe they're so mixed up about how they feel about you, they're very unsure about things right now. And maybe you could just encourage them, you know, just let them know, hey, it's okay, I'm here for you. Things like that. Because they've got a lot on their own plate. They've got a lot on their own mind. And it's sort of trumping the fact that they, even if they have feelings towards you, they can't even handle their own stuff, let alone a relationship or anything with you or their feelings towards you. So just encourage them, you know, that you're there for them. All right, everyone. That is that. You're welcome to everybody I answered questions to. I am so glad to be able to do this. I'm so glad to be able to share my gifts with you. Remember to like the stream. It helps a whole lot. Share with anybody who you think would benefit from a reading from me or a free message from me. Share it with anybody who you think needs to hear any of the messages I shared. Just because I shared it to a specific person doesn't mean it's not beneficial for all of us. Like the chariot that kept popping up over and over and over again about love. And I think that's what we need to do is just charge ahead and strive for better. Strive for better, not only in our own world, but in everybody else's world, in the entire world, and really send out that love. Take control of your lives. Take control of how you act towards others, and spread the love. And I think that's, you know, I think that's what we all should do. Sunny, I think I did read your question. I'm not quite sure. But let me just check because I'll feel horrible. No, I didn't. So your question is, why the confusion from your romantic interest? Is he waiting on me to call a shot, or things were incompatible? All right, let's just see if he's waiting on you. So I feel like it's more a sense of the fact that you're incompatible, and maybe they sense that if the two of you are together, it'll be more heartbreak than happiness and romance. That's what I'm picking up. All right, and I apologize for missing your question. Yep, sorry, Melody. My free list has closed. I am saying goodnight to everybody. But make sure you come back. I do free readings quite often. This last month of no videos was just kind of like a fluke with the medical, everything going on with my son and everything else. So much love and light to you all. I hope you have a wonderful, wonderful, wonderful night. Good night.
I don't really know what comes next. I'm just doing my best, even though I'm so stressed out. Everything just feels like a test that I fail, so depressed when I can't seem to get out.